Let's check out a breakdown, looking at some stats for Jokic.
And it's striking how much his three-point shooting has improved this month. His long-range percentage is coming up, and that's going to give them a lift as a team. You can never have enough reliable threats from beyond the arc.
And the Clippers starting five. We've got Mo Harkless, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the center, locking down the middle. And for Denver, the backcourt is Murray and Harris. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. And it's Barton in at the small forward position. Two very deep teams, great benches. Brent, talk about the mindset and the difference there between starting and coming off the bench.
You can assess, Kevin, throughout the first quarter or when it is that your time to check in the second quarter is about the rhythm of the game. What are we doing well? So when I go in, how much more can I enhance the advantage we have there? Or let's say it's a game where we're getting killed in transition. The most important thing I can do is communicate that message to the team. When we start that 4 or 5 minute stretch, let's focus on these two things to get ourselves back and righted for the rest of the night.
Oh, that's excellent.
Nice effort taking the early lead. Here we go.
Take a nice deep breath. You score on that first possession. Gets the game started the right way.
Now here's Leonard. Turned in an outstanding game against Golden State. Knocked away. 6 to shoot. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverley trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Murray against Beverley. Here's Jokic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Well, Greg, the rapid ascension of Nikola Jokic into NBA stardom has been nothing short of amazing. You know, he really is an elite center now.
I mean, he's the best player on a very talented young team in the West. I would not be surprised to see him win an MVP in the next few years.
Free throw, good. Jokic.
What a find by the Denver Nuggets. No hype really around Jokic coming into the league. And now he's a star player here in Denver, a franchise player here in Denver, and a heart of a team that's got a tremendous amount of potential in the next couple of seasons. Jokic heading up this offense and shouldering the load.
And Jokic drops them both. And with Jokic, he was a second-round pick for the Nuggets back in 2014.
Think about the decision that was made between Jokic and Nurkic and how it is that the team felt like Jokic could grow if Nurkic moved on, which he did to Portland. And now all of a sudden the offense takes off under Jokic, a playmaking 5 that opens up a lot of cutting opportunities. And I know this young nucleus is going to do some great things in the future, mostly behind what Jokic has provided this organization.
The Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Now here is Harris. 9 points last game out. Murray for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And some deep range shown there by Murray. When the D leaves him alone from there, it's pretty much going in.
They get a hand on it and stolen by Murray. Down low, and Millsap slams it in.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in, and the call will be against Harris. That is his first foul of the game. Zubac in the post. He's against Jokic. Zubac the pass to Leonard. 5 on the clock. Leonard draws the double. Back to Zubac. Looking to end the run. Paul Millsap with the rebound.
A bit of a rut here early, just 1 of 4 so far.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Jokic. He picked up 33 points in their last one against the Mavericks in Dallas.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
Now here's Zubac. Following the miss by Jokic. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Just a level of power and explosiveness. Leonard just tenacious at the rim.
Pass to Jokic. Feeds it to Millsap. And the rejection by Zubac. And that'll be Denver as it goes out of bounds. Nuggets retain possession. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Shot clock at 2. Millsap misses.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Now here's Harkless. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. To the inside. Here's Leonard. Outside for George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Well, that's Paul George's game. Most accurate when somebody's feeding him and he's got his feet set.
Knocked loose. Passes it to Jokic. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Murray for 3. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Now, here's Beverley. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
And, guys, the other thing that he did well was just facilitate the offense, pass the ball around beautifully in that one. Seriously, put on a passing clinic.
The Nuggets leading by 5. And there's the foul. It'll go on Mo Harkless. That is his first foul of the game. Denver with the ball. Murray with it. 14 points from him the last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
Well, Coach Mike Malone has grown up with this young Nuggets team. He says that he believes in the youth of this team.
Well, the future is so bright for the Denver Nuggets, and really where you have to give Mike Malone a ton of credit is when they made the decision between their two bigs, Jokic and Nurkic, sticking with Jokic and then changing their entire offensive style to play from a point center position. It has paid huge dividends.
And it's Jokic missing. Last outing for Denver, they won that game against the Mavericks in Dallas. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Brent, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverley is one of them.
And Patrick Beverley always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverley plays on, you're going to have to go through them.
That's good from Beverley. Halfway through the season here, Brent, how do coaching staffs shake things up and keep things fresh over the long 82-game season?
I think coaches who are really smart, Kevin, can be a bit programmable where they're looking ahead at the schedule and saying there are blocks of games here in which we might try to change some of our defensive schemes, maybe over this 10-game stretch or 5-game stretch. Or
to keep things fresh or
yeah, because you can only do it on the mental side. As much as we talk about guys getting rested and sitting out games for maintenance issues and load management and those kind of things, the tweaks that you can make on the floor in terms of a couple of new sets on offense or defensively, let's make this challenge for the next few months, will grow the foundation of what coaching staffs are capable of doing with that team as they go on.
Barton finds Morris. Jokic against Beverley. Fades back, and that one's good. Jokic.
Jokic is doing things at that position that a lot of bigs just dream about.
The pass to Leonard. Releases from 15, and that one hits back iron. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. 6-point game. Martin passes to Jokic. Over Harkless. And it's Jokic missing.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
The Nuggets leading by 6. Pass to Harris. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, tough to shake Harris. Even when you're rough on him, he's just going to keep coming at you.
Brent, not many can deny that Gary Harris is an absolute pest on the defensive end.
Yeah, pretty relentless on that end of the floor. Defensively, he's rugged and tough. And he can cover a lot of ground with that lateral quickness.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic. Grant comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Torrey Craig in for Barton.
And the Nuggets franchise still looking for their first trip to the NBA Finals.
How about the franchise making the ABA Finals back in 1976? So it's been quite elusive here in the mountains to get the finals back to Denver. 40 years ago, still looking for that trip.
Now, here is Morris. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And you see Jeremy Grant on this team. He means so much more than just his stats.
He's a fantastic glue guy, and his teammates talk about how unselfish he is on the floor. Great team player and an even better chemistry guy off the court.
The first free throw is good. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
And there's the foul. It's on Torrey Craig. That's his first foul. Pass to Shamet. The Clippers have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
The first one falls. A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was?
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Wilt Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Wilt Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about Kevin when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with a three-point line.
Can you imagine that?
You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players, too, that also because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now.
Absolutely.
Be unbelievable.
With the openness of the floor and what Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
Exactly. Now, here is Morris. 9-point game his last outing.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Morris against Williams. His three-pointers off the mark. Here's the Nuggets now with the ball. They're on a 14-5 run. Here's Craig, and he drops it in from the low post. And the Nuggets lead by 13.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Now here's Williams. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Golden State, and the officials call a traveling violation. And so Grant will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. Morris kicks to Plumlee. Morris against Williams. Here's the teardrop, and Morris with the lay-in.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. And he makes the first. And so he hits both.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
A floater, and the layup is good. Morris has got 6.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
Rodney McGruder's checked in for the Clippers. .144 left in the first quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Knocked away. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Harrell.
And one thing that has been very consistent for him the last few years, his ability to continue to deliver more and more offense. He's been doing everything that's been asked of him.
Now, here is Morris. He's got 6. We've got 1:18 left to play here in the first. Great D that time from Harrell. Clippers trail by 15. Williams passes to Shamet. And it's Mason Plumlee with the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
The Clippers have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. First free throw is good. Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial 6th man of the year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
Now, here is Morris. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Denver passing it around. Here's Craig. A three-pointer off the mark. Clippers trail by 13. 34 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Shamet on the wing. And that's a foul called on Malik Beasley. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Clippers have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. No good on that one. Second free throw, no good.
That's a strange trip because typically he's pretty much money from there.
And here is Morris. 6 points for him. Takes a shot at the elbow, buries the jump shot. Morris has got 8 points.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the painted area and just dominating, controlling that spot.
What a performance by Jamal Murray. He has been the story for Denver. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me in my darkest days. I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine. So,
well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And for the Nuggets, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Williams and Shamet are the guard set. Harrell is out there with JaMychal Green, and it's Magruder in at the small forward. You know, Brett, there may be more of an emphasis on team defense than ever before. Who are some of the better help defenders that you've scouted in the NBA?
I put Rudy Gobert #1 on this list because when you think about help defense, usually you're yelling it from the perimeter. And the reason that you're yelling it, Kevin, is that the player that you were trying to instruct or move a certain way has gotten by you. And the help call out is for somebody to be at the basket. Rudy Gobert does that better than anybody in the league. That's why the Utah Jazz have a chance to grow and go deeper into the playoffs. They got a back line of defense in Gobert that's pretty tremendous.
I love the guys, and Beverley might be in this category, and Smart might be in this category. They can guard down low. They give a little hedge out top, and then get back down again where you're supposed to be.
Well, those guys do a great job of harassing out there, Kevin.
Yes,
So it's a little bit different in terms of help defense, on-ball defense, the way that Beverley and Marcus Smart and Paul George to that end are able to pester guys. That's one thing, but I'm yelling help because something's gone terribly wrong. Give me Gobert to fix that.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you. Here's Beasley following the score by Lou Williams. And there's Murray on the assist by Beasley. Murray's got 10 points in the game.
Murray, not much fear there as he gets amongst the trees, looking in control down low.
And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Denver making a switch here. Millsap's checked in, and the Clippers making a change here as well. Leonard's checked in. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Harrell kicks to Magruder. 6 on the shot clock. And it's sent back by Plumlee.
Big athletic guys like Plumlee. Hard to get your shot over them before they can get their hands up.
No good from Beasley. Clippers trail by 21. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Outside Leonard. That's tipped, and the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Denver Nuggets. On Saturday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then on Sunday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And looking at this stretch for them, I think they should have no problem dispatching most of their opponents if they can avoid that pitfall of playing down to the level of the competition. But that's easier said than done. And how about the transition from Paul Millsap, going away from that star role to being more of a role player here in his later years? No longer needed to carry the torch, if you will, in terms of scoring and rebounding, but he can still give you just a bit of everything else at this stage.
And he knocks down the first one. And with Millsap, you can just see him contribute in so many ways.
I mean, a great passer for his position and also very unselfish with his offense. Still a plus defender with how often he is giving up size on the inside.
Harris is checked in for the Nuggets. Both free throws good from Millsap.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Beverley looking around. Leonard on the wing. Millsap covering. Here's Harrell. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Not setting limitations on Montrezl Harrell's game. He knocks down the three.
And there's the foul. It's on Rodney Magruder. That'll be his second foul of the game.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
Maurice Harkless is checked in for Rodney Magruder. Now Murray. 10 points for him. Millsap inside. Defended by Beverley. Millsap misses. George against Harris. George passes to Beverley. Off target from three-point range.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, as good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
Now here's Murray. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
And that one's good, George.
Well, when you get into a system, your first system in the league where you share the ball, Kawhi Leonard keeping his head up and finding the open man.
Here's Murray for three. Harris sinks the triple. Harris has got 6. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Leonard with the steal. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And the claw at work. Just one reason why he's always a threat to lead the league in steals. Jump starts the fast break there.
Barton kicks to Murray. Off target with his three. Clippers trail by 19. Pass to Beverley. Tipped away and out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
And checking out the stats for Jokic. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month, averaging about 24 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up, fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up, and he's really delivered.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverley. And so here's Denver. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Millsap dishes to Harris.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
And one thing you have to love about Gary Harris, the way he can explode to the rim.
And Harris is a natural scorer from all parts of the floor, but he can just rocket himself for dunks you aren't used to seeing from players of his size and stature.
First one falls for him. Especially in the playoffs, Brent, so much can change when a player gets into foul trouble. You see the league ever modifying that foul out rule?
I know that they do that in the summer league where you can stay on the court for 10 fouls as elimination, but it's a technical every time. I don't see the league doing that. I think it's good for the game so that star players or meaningful players, ones that play specifically on defense, they have to have responsibility for what it is that they're doing on the floor. And if they're overly aggressive, you should be penalized for playing that way.
Here's Jokic. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. And the rejection by Harrell. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Here's Murray. He's got 10. The pass to Harris from downtown. It's rebounded by Leonard. Clippers trail by 19. Here's George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Jokic. No good there. Great D that time from Harrell. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And it's sent back by Millsap.
Great block from Millsap, sending that one back.
Puts it up off the inbound. And Harrell with the lay-in. Good. Harrell's got 5. The Nuggets leading by 15. Outside Millsap. Dishes it to Murray. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Baseline try, and it's good off the back rim and in. And that's 12 points for Kawhi Leonard.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Murray, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Talk about players who are X factors for their team, and for the Nuggets, Jamal Murray is one of those guys. He is a guy that once he gets going, feels like the team can become unbeatable.
And the first one at the line is good. As you said, Brent, a hot Jamal Murray can take over a game.
Big time investment from the Nuggets this offseason in what Jamal Murray is to them now, but what he can be in the future. And I think right now what he's looking to be is as consistent as he possibly can be, night in and night out, to prepare this team each season to play its best basketball in the postseason.
And I have just been so impressed with the way Jamal Murray has added to his game. Keeps pushing himself every offseason to make the most of his abilities as a player and continues to be a consistent threat from the outside.
Here's Jokic after the Clippers pick up 2. Martin passes to Morris. Now, here's Jokic. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Been a struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, he can just chalk this up as one of those nights.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Now, here's Jokic. And let's use this break to bring up the top scoring teams in the league so far this season. These are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. 4th, the Clippers.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
And he knocks down the first one.
And for a big man, Jokic is more than just a good free throw shooter. He is fantastic.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Green's checked in. So he gets them both.
Well, a big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Outside, Green. Rejected by Millsap. And they're able to recover. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Jokic on top. He's got 6. Hits the outside fadeaway. Jokic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
I just don't think they want him taking that kind of shot. Again, his teammates are just laughing, shaking their heads there on the bench.
Zubac the pass to man. Outside Leonard. Shot clock at 5. From deep, Green. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got his 5th assist in this one.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Now, here is Morris. He's got 8. Three-pointer, Martin. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Leonard. Here's Mann. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Denver leading by 9. Morris looking over the floor. Fires for 3 and right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
And Denver decides to take their first time out here. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
And they usually came out on top when these 2 teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Big group substitution here for Denver. Plumlee is checked in for Jokic. Grant comes in for Paul Millsap. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Barton. And it's Beasley in for Murray. The Clippers also making some changes. Landry Shamet comes in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Green. He lobs it up. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
And an All-NBA rookie first-teamer in 2014. Plumlee still building his game.
Shamet kicks to Zubac. On the wing, Williams fires from deep. And another three for the Clippers.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Now here's Plumlee. He had 10 points in the win against Dallas. Beasley finds Grant. To the wing right side. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. Shamet on the wing. Covered by Beasley. Mann passes to Williams. No good from outside.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
Now, here is Morris. 11 points in the game. With some arc. And Plumlee kicks to Grant. Ball's knocked loose. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Yep, that one goes. 5 points in the game.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Now, here is Morris. From deep three-point range, and the last-second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Denver Nuggets bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Kawhi, a big first half for you all offensively, but big first half for them, too. Any concern there?
They're still scoring pretty good, so we got to play better defense second half. Because we don't know if we're going to keep making the shots that we're making right now.
We'll see who can get some stops, Kawhi. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Jamal Murray has been the story in this one. He had 14 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Shaq, let's get your take on Denver.
Well, they got a nice advantage in the free throw department. I wish I was a shooter. They've been the one taking the direct approach. They're driving the lane, being physical, and forcing the opposing D into tight spots. And that's got them a lot of points at the line and the lead.
Kenny, what's your take on the Clippers?
I was unimpressed, Ernie. Very unimpressed with their offense. You know, guys seem to be going through the motions, not cutting, not hustling. They failed to get back into a great offensive rhythm. They'll need to step it up big in the second half to cut into this lead.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And, you know, I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
Now, you can get into a passing rhythm, and so far all of his have been on point.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. And it's Barton in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half. Now here's Barton. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go.
Well, Barton had a good feel about what was happening defensively, and his teammate was wide open.
Beverley with the ball. Beverley against Murray. The kick out to Barton. Jokic trying to free himself up, and Barton gets it to go on the assist by Jokic. Barton's got his first 3 points of the game. Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Pass to Zubac. Here's Magruder. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And the foul on Will Barton. That's his first foul. Harkless is checked in for Los Angeles. Here's Beverley. Outside, George. Passes it to Leonard. They get it back. And here's Beverley. Kicks to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. George passes to Leonard. From deep. But they get it back. Now the pass to Zubac. Outside Leonard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Beverley. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Harris, bounce pass. Murray outside. Over Harkless. Murray, no good.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does great. Now here is Harris. He's got 8. Pass to Murray. For 3. Denver keeping it going. A new 14-second clock.
And Jokic is not the quickest guy off the floor, but he uses his body well and great timing to get the offensive rebound.
Here's Leonard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to go on Will Barton.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
And he makes the first.
Now, quiet is Kawhi Leonard, but don't let that mistake itself for a lack of competitiveness. He has that desire and drive to continue to get better.
Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Pass to Jokic. Got a piece of it. And here we go. Beverley heading to the hoop. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
That's where Patrick Beverley's defensive tenacity helps you out. Active hands, and he knocks the ball away.
Jokic passes to Murray. Well, we've got a second, so we'll bring up a list of shooting guards that have been red hot at the free throw line over the past month. 5th best, Paul George.
And this is a set of players that can drive and slash, hoping to draw contact, because if they can get to the bucket and the foul, it's going to be a 3-point play the hard way.
And they have no issues with drawing that kind of contact. They're more than willing to put their bodies on the line, because as well as they shoot the free throws, they know these trips to the line will always pay off. Easy too.
Free throw good, Murray.
Jamal Murray continuing to play with a fearlessness.
And so Murray nails both of them. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Passes it to Harkless. Now here's George. Back to Harkless. Clock at 6. The shot. Good on that shot, and with that, the Nugget lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from George. Harris outside. Here's Jokic. Great D that time from Harrell.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
Now here's Harkless. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Murray against Beverley. Over Murray. And it's Beverley missing.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
And he makes that one.
And Murray's the kind of shooter that you appreciate in the flow of the game, but when he gets in this kind of rhythm, look out.
To the paint, here's Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. To the middle, here's Murray. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's not a bad heads-up play there for Murray, easily going into the contact and earning the whistle.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And the first one drops. Green, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And so Murray nails both of them.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Knocks it loose, and there's the pass to Harrell. Back to Beverley. Here's the three. Bangs home the trifecta. Beverley's got 6.
And becoming more of a staple of his attack offensively. You give Beverley a look from deep, and he'll make it.
Down low. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Now that play never gets old, Kevin. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Brent, on both ends of the floor, Will Barton is an effective spark plug for this team.
Yeah, he can fire you up out there, Kevin. He can do some things, obviously, defensively to get the team going and igniting the fast break. And then offensively, I know Mike Malone might not agree with all of the choices from Will Barton, but when he gets it going, it's an extra spark for this Nugget squad. Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D, and they kept him in check in the first half. He's flipped it.
Now, here's Jokic. He's got 10. Three-pointer, Barton, good. And Harris gets the assist. Barton's got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
And George, here we go, doesn't go for him. Good defense by Jokic. The Nuggets leading by 11. Harris looking it over. Fades away. The offensive rebound. Barton inside the line, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. 8 points for him.
Will Barton catches the ball. A great job of squaring up, and the defense better be aware of him there.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
And the Nuggets with some changes. Grant, he's checked in for Millsap. Torrey Craig comes in for Will Barton. And it's Malik Beasley in for Gary Harris. Landry Shamet's checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for George. And that's a foul called on Malik Beasley. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Denver on D. Williams kicks to Beverley. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Harrell, and he converts the layup. Harrell's got 7 points in the game.
He gets really excited about finishing through contact, Kevin.
Poked loose. Oh, here comes Williams all alone. Drops in the breakaway layup. Williams has got it back down to within single digits for the Clippers.
And that's how they're going to trim this lead. Play tough D, force some turnovers, and then push it in transition.
To the paint. Here's Craig. He's covered by Shamet. Here's Williams. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Williams has got 4 points in the quarter. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Here's Craig. To the left side wing. And it's Jokic missing.
I'm not sure where the lack of focus comes in there, Kevin. That's not like him. The defense is close, but there's enough space to score.
Shot's good by Williams.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
Well, they've shown both effort and will to get back into this one, but can they finish this one off? Can't let up now.
Mason Plumlee's checked in for Denver. Monte Morris comes in for Murray. Rodney McGruder's checked in for the Clippers. And Plumlee kicks to Craig. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard. Certainly been a good month for these teams on the offensive glass. The Nuggets in second.
And they've really put an emphasis on offensive rebounding. And guys, it's paying off. The second chance points are coming in bunches.
Beasley left side. Clock is at 3. The first free throw is good. And Morris drops them both. Here's Shamet. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. He kicks to Harkless. Here's McGruder, covered by Beasley. Back to Williams. Harrell, the pass to McGruder. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
Yeah, possession's just way more efficient, I think, here tonight. Taking smarter, better shots, moving the ball around. That's helped them to get back in the ball game.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harrell. Now here's Beasley, guarded closer. 6 on the shot clock, and the wide open shot from Morris misses off the left iron. Here's the Clippers. It's a 12-2 run here, good pace. Williams against Morris, and it's Monte Morris with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Against Plumlee. Just 5 to shoot. Magruder passes to Harrell. That one falls. Now just a 1-point Nugget lead.
You know, Harrell brings energy to the game, not just with his feet and hands, but he also will bring it in the way he communicates.
Now, here is Morris. He's got 13. Great D that time from Harrell.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Here's Harrell. 9 points in the game so far, and Harrell slams it in.
When the shot's going up, it's fun to watch the way that Montrezl Harrell will attack a rebound, crucial to this offense and his production.
Now here's Beasley. He has 6. Here's Morris. Softly drops in the floater. Morris has got 4 points this quarter.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Harkless kicks to Williams. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Pass to Harkless. The 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Morris passes to Plumlee. Williams against Morris. Good D by Williams.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Here's Craig. Morris outside. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter. It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. A 3-ball. Again, the miss by Morris.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
And here is Williams. He's got 14. Takes the 3. The shot comes out. The third quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead by 5. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, under down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. Then it's Williams, and it's Mann in at the 3 slot. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
The first one falls.
Well, he's putting his game right in the face of the defense right now and just driving into the paint to get contact.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Zubac is checked in. And so Murray nails both of them. Clippers leading by 3. Here's Magruder. And no good that time. Murray with the defensive effort.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
4 on the clock. Back to Leonard. This one for 3. Some solid defense from Grant. Harrell kicks to Leonard. Now here's Harrell. He's guarded closely. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Harrell will do whatever it takes to grab some of those buckets down low.
Murray outside. Rebound by the Clippers. Harrell's got 7 rebounds in the game. Leonard dishes to Williams. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Not something we're used to seeing in this offense, but tonight it may be just about give Kawhi the ball and get out of the way.
Inside. Not as good in the Los Angeles leads. Cut down now to just 5 on the basket for Murray.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Now here's Zubac. To the inside. Here's Leonard. Banked in off the glass. Leonard's got the lead back up to 7 now for the Clippers.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Here's Harris. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. To the paint. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Good passing from Magruder there. That's a teammate kind of play.
The Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Here's Murray. Williams with the block.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Good scorers have that ability. When Leonard gets that deep, it's usually a bucket, a trip to the free throw line, or both.
Free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. A different look for Denver. Jokic, he's checked in for Plumlee. Millsap comes in for Jeremy Grant. And Barton subbed in for Torrey Craig. And a switch here also for the Clippers. George is checked in for Rodney Magruder. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, sometimes in a game you settle a little bit before settling in, and right now I think he's a big factor in how they're getting to the line.
Pass to Murray. Taken away by Williams. Drops in the layup for 2. Williams has got the lead up to 13 now for Los Angeles.
Pretty good at coming up with steals. Last year, Lou Williams averaged 1.1 a game. That's a pretty good strength when you got that kind of speed.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
And the foul on Will Barton. That's his 3rd foul of the game. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. Harrell the pass to Zubac. Just 5 on the clock. Leonard draws the double. The Clippers need to get off a shot. A 3-pointer is right on target. And 12 points for George.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Jokic, no good.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
Now here's Murray. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his third foul of the game. Jokic against Zubac. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Great focus from Murray, really sticking it to the D right there with the tough and one.
Patrick Beverley, he's checked in for Los Angeles. That one misses for Murray. Now the Clippers with it. They're on a 17-6 run. Down low, George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
That free throw missing. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
And he sinks the second.
And right now at about 85% from the line, that's up from where it was in that first half.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Now Harris. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And the technical free throw is good.
I think publicly Paul Millsap has been underrated, but if you talk to people around the league and those people in the know, what he did at his time in Atlanta certainly was something that garnered a lot of attention as a versatile power forward who could play some defense, a self-made player in this league.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Passes to Leonard. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
And the defender was slow reacting, didn't fully account for Kawhi's quickness, slow played him, and gets to the free throw line.
The free throw drops for Leonard.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
Good on the second free throw. It's good, and he's 100% from the line thus far. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Denver calls timeout.
And coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch what Mike Malone said to his team. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now. Or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Here's George following the basket by Jokic. Outside Leonard. Leonard draws the double out to the right wing. There's the pass to George. 6 to shoot. Pass to Beverley. Three-pointer. The Clippers keep it alive. Here's Leonard, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Harkless is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. The Nuggets trail by 16. Outside Millsap. Jokic inside. Defended by Beverley. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Tries again. And Zubac puts it in. Zubac has got his first bucket in this one.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
And the turnover again by Denver.
Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Murray against Beverley. Pass to Leonard. Back to Beverley. Launches a three. The shot will not fall. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Barton surveying the floor. Passes it to Jokic. 5 to shoot. Harris inside the line. Offensive rebound. Millsap. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Given how skilled Millsap is in the post, sometimes you have no choice but to foul him and hope he misses the shot.
That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good. Los Angeles leading by 17. Now here's Leonard. Zubac kicks to Leonard. The Clippers rebound. Zubac finds Beverley. Back to Zubac. There's the triple. That shot missing. Now Denver takes it the other way. Inside. And it's blocked. Beverley with the ball. Lets a floater go. Murray with the defensive effort. The pass to Jokic. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got his 4th assist in this one. Los Angeles has gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the 4th quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Now here's Beverley. A three from Leonard. It's good from long range. Leonard's got 41.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Stolen by Beverley, and pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. And he makes good on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 20.
The strength from Patrick Beverley is impressive. Takes the punishment. I don't think he minds it one bit and still converts.
Millsap dishes to Murray. Stolen by Beverley. And here we go. Fast break. Beverley's got it. Bucket is good. 15 points for George.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Now here's Murray. Pass to Jokic to end the run. The rebound by Paul George.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Millsap with the steal. Barton passes to Harris. Pass to Jokic from the arc. Hits the three-point bomb. Jokic has got 13 points in the second half.
Jokic showing off some of that all-star talent that we've talked about the last couple seasons.
Murray against Beverley. He feeds it to Leonard. And it's in there. Leonard's got 43 points.
Now, the inside part of Kawhi's game just so hard to stop. He's too physical and seems to be just locked in at times.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Brent, a lot of teams will be paying that luxury tax, and that is a tough thing for a lot of owners to swallow. Is this the best method to deter teams from going over the cap, overspending, and outspending smaller markets?
You're hitting the nail on the head, Kevin, because there are some teams, as much as you said it's tough for some teams to swallow, there are other teams that never see that pill.
Right.
And they're willing to go as far as they need to go in order to put a championship team on the floor. It seems to be working, but the question you have for me, was it a deterrent right now? I don't know if it's as significant as it needs to be. We know the repeater tax certainly hurts some teams, but there are still teams that are willing to spend, Kevin. And that's really tough on small market teams who want to avoid that at all costs.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. To the middle. Right wing puts up a three. Magruder with the rebound. Los Angeles leading by 21. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter. Robinson kicks to Patterson. Here's Mann. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Morris passes to Plumlee. Brent, when constructing a team, it's always tricky to fit in max contracts. But the truth is, some players probably deserve much more money than they're allowed to receive.
Incredible to say that, right, Kevin?
It is, yeah.
But there are guys like LeBron James whose $35 million contract might be worth 100.
I always thought about Jordan too, right? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And for the years that Michael Jordan was underpaid in Chicago for what it was he was doing. But in terms of competitive balance for the league and 30 franchises, and for you to try to build a team and a roster to put out on the floor to play this game and have opportunities to win championships, it's really the only way, and sometimes unfairly for guys in terms of their competition and compensation to have to put maximums on what it is that players can earn.
First one falls for him. Denver making a switch here. Vanderbilt's checked in. Robinson hits them both. There's a minute left in the fourth. And Morris has got the ball here for the Nuggets.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Clippers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Leonard.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
First free throw is good. And Morris drops them both. 24 seconds left in the game. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 16-7 run. Robinson down low. And it's Magruder in the corner. 5 on the clock. Lets it go from deep. The shot misses. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Lou Williams, you made some big shots to get the win tonight.
I just wanted to stay aggressive. You know, shoot or shoot. That's what we're supposed to do. I've always been a confident guy. Never got down on myself, so I just continue to be aggressive and just concentrate on the first shot.
Lou, nobody has ever doubted your confidence. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. And we'll see you next time.